It is now time for our feature presentation.
Yo, Joe!
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. GI Joe is there. GI Joe, American hero. GI Joe is there. It's GI Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. GI Joe, American hero. GI Joe is there.
GI Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose? To defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. GI Joe will dare. GI Joe, American hero. GI Joe.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 198 pounds, the Thug.
And we are going to start off the GI Joe Team Challenge Series with two OGs. That's right. Figures that we all had as a kid. We had to have at least one of the Cobra Trooper who's in the ring right now. But I can tell you from first-hand experience that all of my friends on the block of St. Mary's Road in Ardmore had the Cobra Trooper's opponent, and that is one Rock and Roll,
And his opponent,
one of the
from
original
Huntington
figures.
Beach, California, weighing in at 220 pounds.
Did not have the bendable arm. The arms bent, but they didn't swivel from side to side. That was, of course, the next generation of G.I. Joe figures. Rock and Roll, one of the originals, and he has his hands full tonight with a member of the Cobra Army. We're going to call him the Cobra Trooper here. And this is something I'm starting here, the Team Challenge Series. We're taking an idea from the old AWA. That's right, Vern Gagne's wonderful idea, and I say that very sarcastically. Of course, we all look back at it and laugh, but it really wasn't all that bad. The idea was pretty solid. You were going to have 3 teams, and wrestlers from each team were going to compete in matches, and there was a point system, and at the end of the series, the winning team won $1 million. Well, the idea, while it was a little bit confusing and very confusing, who am I kidding, it was actually pretty, you look back at it and it was kind of interesting. It just was executed very poorly. And I'm going through a lot right now, so I figured one way to have some fun and use it as a distraction is to use G.I. Joe figures in WWE 2K23 and bring back the Team Challenge Series. We're going to be having one match a day, kind of like the G.I. Joe show. When you went to school, you came home. I know for me, I think G.I. Joe was on at 4 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, on Channel 29, which is my Fox affiliate. I'm not sure if G.I. Joe was syndicated. I could have done a Google search, but who cares? But G.I. Joe from, I'd say, 1985 till about 1990 was an everyday come home from school and turn on G.I. Joe. And I'm kind of excited with the Team Challenge Series. We're going to be bringing you one match a day, Monday through Friday, 4 o'clock p.m. every day, kind of like my childhood here. And we are going to be bringing you some wonderful matches as Rock and Roll goes for the cover on the Trooper, a count of 1, and the Trooper kicks out. Beautiful maneuver by the Trooper. Has Rock and Roll pinned. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Rock and Roll. Into the ropes goes Rock and Roll. The Trooper misses with a savate kick. Another savate kick. Rock and Roll moved out of the way. And a slam down to the mat. Rock and Roll back in control. My idea is to give you 5 matches a week, 1 per day at the 4 o'clock time slot. I am recording this match right here, excuse me, on Saturday, the 6th of January. So this will be airing on Monday, the 8th. And we have 4 more matches this week. I'm going to try and kind of, split it up between a lot of favorites. I know a lot of people like Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Duke, Cobra Commander, Serpentor, Destro. But there were a lot of less popular guys that we're going to try and focus on as well. So 1 match a day is Cobra Trooper going for the cover. I think he's going to have him here. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Rock and Roll. So this week we will be featuring, I believe, Baroness taking on Lady J in an Extreme Rules match. We will see Serpentor and Cobra Commander in action. So a fun-filled week planned for you right here as the Cobra Trooper in control, looking to put away Rock and Roll, but no, Rock and Roll with a devastating maneuver, hooks the leg, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. And Rock and Roll with the victory here in the first match of the Team Challenge Series. And he gives G.I. Joe 5 points. Fans, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. for G.I. Joe vs. Cobra Team Challenge Series.